GOK delivers. So if GOK delivers, now the current one, let Ruto say what he has delivered. You see, Kenyans are concerned about falsify them that you can't deliver. So I will urge the president again with my advice that what people are saying that SHA cannot work, let it work. When people are saying abductions are bad, can't abduction even stop for a week or two? You understand? When guys are saying that corruption is an issue, can there be any headline where there is no money stolen? You show me. Bring for me the last 20 newspapers here and put them in a line. Out of 10, 8 there will be a corruption. Even today there's one on the front page. And when I hear you talking about this, Mr. Sossion, about SHA, do you know, Fred, by the way, as we speak, 30 people have bullet wounds in KNH as I speak. You understand? Yesterday they were being discharged, some of them with bullet inside. Some people are numb. I can show you with the names and evidence. And they're saying SHA is working. You know, Fred, in healthcare, when you get an accident like an emergency, you are allowed, you're entitled for emergency treatment. That's law, isn't it? That's why even I own a hospital somewhere. People prefer not to have the hospital on the highway where there's frequent accident because someone will just bring somebody and you must give them medical attention, you understand? So as we speak now, there is somebody, I call Samuel, discharged to create room for other patients. Okay. There is another patient called Wesonga who had a bullet wound in Ward 4. There is another one called Sirma who had 8 bullets in the body. And you are trying to say that SHA is working. It is not working, Fred. So what I'm trying to say in short, to help the president, rhetorics Kenyans have had enough. You understand? People just want you to falsify them with one. Like I go to my point. The sun has been rising from east, setting in the west since we were born, isn't it? The day the sun will rise from west, go to the east, no one will ever say the sun rises in the east to the west. Okay. So the day the president will deliver one project which is corrupt-free, isn't it? One project which will deliver the results as required. That day, people will start saying, Allah, there's a change in the administration's mindset. It's not about tone and talk. Okay. We have people with good tones, but they're actually very little. Okay.
President William Ruto is facing fresh criticism from governance experts who argued that his leadership style and political approach are damaging both public trust and investors' confidence. During a discussion on Morning Cave on TV47, governance expert Professor Fred Ogola expressed concerns over the president's handling of a business environment and political discourse. Prof. Ogola pointed out that individuals surrounding the president are doing more harm than good by promoting a political narrative even in corporate settings. He highlighted the recent National Security Exchange NSE event as an example where President missed an opportunity to inspire economic confidence, choosing instead to lean into political rhetoric. According to the expert, such action undermines the confidence of business community, which is already facing uncertainty. He further stated that the president in a circle is contributing to his challenges by failing to advise him wisely. He suggested that the head of state should reflect on the nature and quality of those around him, as their action have directly as their action have an direct impact on his leadership and public perception. Professor Ogola also stressed the importance of creating space for constructive criticism within the government. He noted that for President Ruto to regain the trust of the people, he must be open to dissent and allow room for different views. He warned that simply adjusting his tone or making superficial changes would not be enough to restore public faith in his leadership. The expert observed that there is more growing concerns over the president's intolerance for opposition, both within his administration and from the public. He urged the president to embrace friendly fire, constructive feedback that come from allies or neutral observers for the benefit of national governance.
think Kenya needs to understand. President William Ruto is the only president in the history of Kenya who has no profession at all, apart from politics. And let me just say that the senior Kenyatta had his first job as Nairobi water meter reader. So he worked in a company, he worked under a boss. When you look at the second president, Moi was a teacher in Kabaratonjo. Then you find the third president, Mwai Kibaki, was an economist, he was a professor, he was a lecturer. And we find the fourth president, he worked in KCB. That's why KCB wishes him always a happy birthday whenever that comes. And then this one was not. And why am I trying to bring the point? You are at Nairobi Securities Exchange and you are talking about the stock market. You understand, Fred? That scene is not a scene to start talking about politics. So William Ruto sees everything with a political lens, even launching a company. So the people who gave that day for this launch, the bell ringing, what have they got? The headline should be, the president launches another, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Then the headline is all about me, I don't know, one time, I don't, you confuse the nation. So if the president had worked in any company and known how to run any business, and known that you must have some code of conduct, how to conduct yourself. Like Fred, yesterday I was training for a company in Naivasha. I did the training for the whole day. Then later someone approached me and asked me that, Fred, I see on TV, I think you only know politics. But here you talk to only corporate. But that's what we need to be. When you call me today to go to church, when I go to church, I should not be discussing about Ruto. I should be talking about Jesus Christ. And you can't go to church whereby the church is Ruto from morning to evening. I've been telling people who go to church, please don't feed people on that, because we have children in church. So do you know the scene where you are? So William Ruto should have been a professional enough to know that he is being called by NSC. Odundo called him there to preside over this, to elevate the stock market. Why do you discuss about things which are unrelated? That's one. The second thing is, if you ask me, and I'm sure Bwana Sosion here, if there's one thing the president can be advised to do, let me take this chance to advise him as a brother, because he's a fellow Kenyan like me. The president needs to, first of all, get Kenyan trust back. How can he get the Kenyan trust back? Because, Fred, without trust, even if William Ruto was to tell us he's giving us free milk for the day, someone will go to court and say that that milk is intoxicated. If you do not have trust, in fact, Fred, the foundation of building any organization is trust. And how can trust be built? Trust can be built when you allow people to disagree with you. You understand? There must be what you call a friendly fire between you and the people. And the president does not want anybody to oppose anything or give suggestions. Even yesterday I was having a meeting with this friend who told me, when I sat with this guy and told him what I think about what he's getting wrong,